All right, what's good?
Man,
HWP Buzz TV.
You know, we here, man. We got some things to talk about, man. Things are happening out here in this world, man, and we've dealt with it a little bit, but it keeps happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not here just to talk, man. We're here because we're trying to pursue a solution. You know, and shed some light, man. So we want to talk about the James Blake situation, man. Former pro tennis player. Being in New York for the U.S. Open. Sitting on the street, posted up, and unmarked, out of uniform police officer approaches him and violently slams him to the ground, not telling him what's going on in the situation, not asking any questions, not answering any questions, not even identifying himself. Now, this, of course, has been happening all over the country with black males, for the most part. A couple of females that has been brought attention to as well. But what I want to address, this one here, is James Blake's response. This is a little bit different because I guess you could say they got the wrong one in more ways than one. They said it was a case of mistaken identity, but James Blake, who has a different stage than any of the other victims, and I'm going to use the word victims, have had. And so he used his stage. James Blake, you know, playing a professional tennis player, one of the best Americans we've seen in the last 20 years, top 5 American. He was number 4 in the world when he played. He could have said, you know what, it's okay, don't worry about it, and just walk away from it.
Yeah.
But he made a statement saying, you know what, NYPD, I want a public apology from the police chief. And he got it. Then after that, you know, he's had interviews on, you know, on the Good Morning Americas and, you know, doing a full circuit, making sure that it's being brought up. He's not mentioning race. It's obvious, you know, he's a black male. That played a part in it, and they said it was mistaken identity.
Right.
But, you know, he's making sure that the light is being shined on the incident.
Right.
And one thing he says, you know what? I want to make sure that there's a large contribution, financial contribution, to make sure that this isn't happening to anybody else. Salute James Blake, man.
Yeah, definitely. Salute to him.
Salute. How do you feel about the situation? I mean, we talked about this before, but this one has a little bit of a different feel for me. How do you feel about it?
I just seen it. I didn't even hear about it. And, you know, I gotta salute again to the brother for how he's handling the situation. Like my family Bridge said, you know, he does have a bigger stage and bigger, different audience. And watching the video, this man literally was just standing there doing nothing. He gets ran up on by police officer that's not in uniform, no badge or anything. Clothesline, like, tackles and headlocks him down to the ground. He doesn't resist the whole time. Now, he handled it very well. I don't know if I could have kept my cool like that, knowing that we didn't do anything wrong. A couple things. I'm saluting to him because he's doing the right thing about it. He's shedding light on it. He could have he could have asked for an apology. Okay, I'm gonna just sue, get money, but not bringing the awareness to it. And there's a lot of people out there probably wouldn't do it, or some don't have the means to do it. Not only is he doing it, he's handling it in the most professional manner also. And I just mentioned a second ago, I didn't hear about this till he brought it to my attention. That's a problem, because it's what the media is putting out there, because whatever agenda that they have, they want to go. They're gonna blast that in our faces. Now, something like this, I believe this should have. I mean, he's number 4 tennis player in the world, right? In the world. So he definitely handling this the right way.
Yeah.
So I'm still paying attention to us and looking close. Salute to him. You know, he's definitely representing for the people.
I like that you need to follow up on what you said about the agenda that the media is pushing. We need to pay attention because when we're being loud about it in protest, they shove the cameras in our faces and they blast it everywhere so that we can see. Now, we thought maybe it was because, they want to bring awareness to it. But when you watch somebody like James Blake approaching the manner he does, professionally, comes out with a shirt and tie, suit, sitting down, interviews, and it's not getting blown out like through the media streams like these other ones before. Were they really trying to bring awareness to the issues, or were they just trying to show us being loud?
Even though that's not what we're trying to portray. It's just what the media is putting it, how they put it out there.
But it's what they wanted to show. Now, let me explain how bad the situation is. Like you said, the former number 4 player in the world in New York this is the end of the U.S. Open.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about semifinals, quarterfinals timing in New York City. All these fans from all over the country coming here to see this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is James Blake sitting on this New York block, crowded with all these tennis fans all over the city now, in handcuffs.
People walking by, kind of almost stepping over him. This is embarrassing. It's degrading. His face pretty much is to the point where any city he is not resisting.
And he told the officers, he's like, he was waiting for his shuttle to go to the Open. I have my credentials in my back pocket. You can see who I am. He could have been on some arrogant. I'm James Blake. Yeah. Do you know who you dealing with?
And he wasn't arrogant about it either.
And they kept him there, detained him for at least 15 minutes in cuffs.
We'll see. We'll put the link in the bottom so you guys can see it.
How he was able to keep his composure, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But one thing he did say is that because of the recent events that have happened in this country, that he had fear. That he didn't want it to escalate to anything else because of what he's already witnessed. Felt like he wasn't able to voice himself because of what he's watched happen over the news and what's being plugged through.
I believe that the media did their job, and that word you just said, 4-letter word, fear. And that is the agenda, is to pump fear. And he was afraid, but he didn't act on fear and run, which a lot of people, I probably would have ran too. Somebody just come charging at you. So he just stood there. It still got tackled to the ground. So I just want everyone to, we're gonna put the link down there, and you guys can take a look at this, and you can, watch some of the interviews he's been doing and pay close attention to this and how he's taking care of this. I'm definitely a supporter of him, and we both going to continue to watch close. And yeah.
I just want to do our part, not be more part of the problem, but somebody that's taking a step forward to try to be part of the solution. We ask that you guys share this link as well, pass it on, and don't let things like this die because they want to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, just like you said, we want to always have keep a positive step forward, and let's not fall victim to what the media don't want their agenda to come on us and keep us afraid. Let's all unite and work together.
James Blake, salute.
Salute. God bless. Bridged Up Pete.
Buzz TV.